Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Feels good to be saying that, just so you guys know. Last time we left off, we had been speaking to a bunch of individuals within the Defender's Rest, if I remember the name of them. We have spoken with Wundawag, Stella, and a little bit with Camellia. Get to know them a little bit better, but we also recruited a new individual. The chaotic neutral Wuljif, who is a scoundrel, basically an arcane thief of sorts. And, he's not a straight up mage, but he's definitely going to be an interesting addition to the party, I feel like. Although, it kind of, sort of, overlaps a little bit with Windowag. But, again, we'll see. So, what I'm going to do is talk to a couple of named individuals over here that I missed. We'll talk with Pink Eye first. Just listen to this woman. Isn't it amazing how much nonsense can fit into a small package? Sorry, I heard a sword being pulled and I assumed someone was about to die. An imposing young Orid is surrounded by a crowd of crusaders who are hanging on her every word. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Jiska legionnaires of the last war and the crusaders. The perfection of form and spirit where they were imbued with during creation turned them into parts of a well-balanced war machine, not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. Now tell me again why I am supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults where everyone is fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice. Some of the crusaders grumble unhappily, but it is clear that they are captivated by the woman's words. The only exception is a scraggly and disheveled halfling monk whose puffy black eyes give him away as a brawler and a troublemaker. He enthusiastically pushes forward and tries to engage, but one of his friends swiftly jabs him in the back with an elbow, making the poor fellow pause to catch his breath. I forget whether or not I am actually a student of warfare myself. Isn't it great forgetting how you created your character? I'll quietly listen to the discussion. One of the crusaders angrily curls his fists tightly and retorts with a burst of passion. If those gists of yours, or whatever, had come for us, we'd have their guts for garters. You think we never fought a mighty adversary before? The soldier's stern facade cannot fully conceal his relish. He clearly plans to enjoy this confrontation. The crusaders around him look upon their exotic opponent with a mixture of irritation and piqued interest. The woman chuckles before cutting off her interlocutor. That's a word. I would love to see you storm a 60-foot tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back. And I'll have you know these fortifications were defended by Jisken, priest craftsmen armed with demon-bound war machine. Well, stomp him into the ground, why don't you? They use the enemies you cannot defeat as mindless weapons. The woman gives the people around her a triumphant look and adjusts her clothes with pointed nonchalance. Her voice takes on a lecturer's tone. Do not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. Good lord. The woman looks at you and flashes an amused smile. The lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any questions? Sorry, who are you? I'm Indara, a warrior, magus, and scholar of classical warfare of Grund. The woman peers at you apprehensively, then sighs. I admit I am mildly offended by the fact that my name is entirely unfamiliar with you, but I'm willing to accept that it is due to Avistan's isolation from the sophisticated culture of the world at large. Holy crap! I'm tempted just to do this, just not hear a single word that you have to say further. Wasn't she also just saying, oh, hey, you boast and fight and whatnot, and you know what I'm trying to say. She was just like, oh, you fight so you can boast, we fight for whatever, and then she boasts this shit. Come a long way to be here. I like to think of myself as an inhabitant of Galarian and don't narrowly identify with any country in particular. But why did you come here? To witness a legendary war, the confrontation between denizens of a plain famous for its love of violence and the crusaders for every continent, united by a common goal of defending their home. An epic struggle of colossal proportions that hasn't been particularly epic so far, truth be told. Were you not here when the demons had come and cut the head off of a dragon? Guess not. Monk with a black eye grins and mutters under his breath, "Maybe she just can't see it from here. The view will get way more epic if she stops hiding among us and takes a walk outside." The woman smirks contemptuously. She does not deem the monk's words worthy of comment. I don't know if it's a commendable job. Yeah, what? I don't know. I don't remember all about the area that she's talking about, but good lord, she's got a lot to say about when it's just, you know, coming in and suddenly there's a demon infestation around us. Looks like you know more about warfare than any of us. Oh, am I hearing things, or did someone finally acknowledge my competence in the art of warfare? Perhaps there's a sufficiently open-minded person among the Crusaders after all. I find myself pleasantly surprised. Eh, boy. Feels like that this is a bad idea, but you're wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. A debate? Oh, I will be happy to prove that the current conflict cannot hold a battle to the last war of Jiska. Very well, the last war of Jiska was waged using a significantly greater number of troops. Both sides actively relied on reinforcements from allied planes, and their strategic planning was perfected through no fewer than 7 rounds of intensive design. None of the above applies to this war of yours. You know a lot about the world. Compared to the Jiska, we are but stone-clubbing wielding kobolds. I would like to conclude my thesis with a few words of wise counsel from Dagon, an advisor of the Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues. I doubt you will comprehend the true genius of his statement, but here it is nevertheless. A gadfly sees the ox pays no heed to the gadfly, but crimson fever takes them both. Part of me really just wants to punch this individual, because they are, you know, more or less just trying to compare wars when people are dying around them. But I'm going to go with a little bit of diplomacy. I say, the barbarian in me wants to punch this gal in the face through the window, but the events of the past are shrouded in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That's what you fail to grasp. The earnestness of the faces of those around you has taken away Indara's panache, encouraging her to backtrack and stumble over words. Of course, I'm not trying to diminish the importance of current events. What I'm trying to say is that from the standpoint of history, and particularly the history of warfare, she falls silent, fixatedly staring at the unfriendly eyes of her audience. The true importance of these developments won't become obvious until later. Indara offers a pretentious dismissal. As a scholar, I cannot deny that there is a certain truth beneath your skeptical statements. History is a complex discipline rooted in fact and in evidentiary base that grows ever more eager and farther. The described reading these sentences. Of course, if I were to argue in bad faith the way Crusaders embellish their tales of slaying a single Rimarak by adding a dozen Balors, for example, I could win this debate, but I am above such things. And therefore I am forced to admit that your skepticism is not entirely without merit. You know what? Just this once, I'm gonna be a dick and get out of the shelter. Scoffs haughtily. Even when acting rude, the Crusaders remain deplorably simple. And this is where I bid you farewell. Before the end of the day, I was planning to observe how winged demons use pack tactics to drive their prey like herds of livestock. About time I got back to my research. The hint of a smile graces Indara's lips when she seems disappointed in the eyes of many crusaders around her. Stay safe. Yeah, that's where I can't stand neutrality in manners like, you know, literal creatures of evil killing people left and right. And they're like, oh, this warfare is not as epic as previous warfare. Why does that freaking matter at the moment? People are dying. Anywho, philosophy aside, guess it's about time to leave. What should I try first, though? 1 second. To the journal, to the journal, to the journal. There's a bunch of side quests. Worm family secrets. Horgus Worm's first priority is finding a way to the surface. He's willing to pay generously for the... Ah, right. Talk to Horgus. Where the hell is Horgus? The best bodyguards are not in the facility. Ha ha ha. Actually, yeah, that's a good question. What did Camellia know? I don't care enough about you to actually ask about that. Huge albino's blood-filled eyes are staring passively at you from behind the bar. What a libby. Are there any places in the city worth visiting? You mean places that normal people usually stay well away from? Then there are plenty. Like the Pataxian wine cellar. Taxes origins lying with brigands from the neighbor of the north, Brevoy, who sought sanctuary amid the forest of the... Got it. Pauses for effect, like the name of the place should make you quiver in fear. Once belongs to the Pataxian trading house. Then King Iroveti came to power in Patax, and property started changing hands. Soon after, the seller's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of them lying just ahead. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the... Oh, Numerian gangsters. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street, and they ended up on the gallows. Thinking Iroveti's number was up. So now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that the headless ghost wanders the place at night, moaning ghoulishly. Ooh. Alright, if I could tip Gimel, I would. Just don't ask me how he makes any noise with no head. I wasn't there, I just tell it like I heard it. How'd you end up in the Crusader City? How does anyone end up here? How did you? Or them? With a huge hand, the barkeeper gestures at a ragtag group assembled in the room. The world is big, still there isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have a life anywhere else, they end up here. That's rough, buddy. So who are you? The albino slowly takes your measure with red eyes and finally with a gentle sigh. Gilmore Hawks. Vampire. But, really? Gives a look of reproach and then grudgingly answers, no. I like Kimball. Any news in the city? There are demons everywhere. You showed up. I see you're not one for talking. He gives a long, mournful look and says nothing. He's off with a subtle twitch of his pale eyebrows. You know what? I dig you, man. Now I want to check out this rumor of the ghost. Damn it. Oh, there's Horgus. He wasn't highlighted. Oh, okay. Possible party members are highlighted in green when you go to do this. Here, take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that Horgus Worm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation... Oh yeah. Horgus looks at you with unvarnished disapproval, his arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that would be perfect with someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. For context, this guy was also down in the underground caves, helped him get out. and he was willing to pay for services to do so, but was initially I had managed to only get 1,000 out of him, but when I reloaded because of a crash that I had, I was able to get 2,000 out of him. So cool. What exactly do you mean a job for someone like me? For an adventurer ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in the gutter, or do you think you're somehow different? Traveling knight perhaps, noble of heart, but without a coin to your name? Well, there you're wrong. I now have 2,000 coin to my name. He sizes you up critically, then sighs and shrugs. Seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those Mongol caves. So why should I care what you do with my money once you've got it? Hey, perception check. Orcus seems like one of those people who think the entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug arrogance, that though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I should ask that you refrain from such statements in the future. Puts his hand on his hips. Oh really? How impudent. No one dares tell Horgus Gworm how to address the rabble. So what exactly does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. Nope. Decline. Nope. I'm out. I'm out of here. I'd rather see you dead in a ditch, sir. You see, I have good reason to return to my manor here in Kenneber's. I still have... Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My manor is a breathtaking building with a large garden in a wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the manor during the attack, and I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what happened there since. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they have no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors, that's what they are. Or they have literally anything better to do. Also, please do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is a noble birth after all. Not interested. Orcus bores into you with inquisitive eyes. Why you refuse? You don't need them. You don't need the money. Perhaps it's not enough. Fine, I'll double the amount. Nevertheless, I'll decline. He opens his mouth but then closes it silently and nods reluctantly. Well, the decision is yours. I'll go to the mansion anyway and try to find someone to help me. Fuck it. Clear past to the surface for Horgus. Already did that. After trying and failing to find bodyguards, he sets off for the manor. What could compel this man to risk his life to return to his ravaged home? The answer to that question lies in the ancestral seat of the worms. It. I mean, now I have to go there just to see if he ends up being a corpse. And I hope it. As a passing stranger to speak to Elderbeth and Freedom. Yep, that was me. Head of leader. Tiefling gang and Kenneber's wants to talk to Woljif. Expecting that something shifty is afoot, Woljif categorically refuses to go to the meeting alone. And went missing. Gotta check out the square. Alright. We are checking out the square first. Let's actually do some shit. Loading! Oh. That was funky. Oh, I think it was just hovering over a thing. Alright, so there's me. The basement. Area exits. We are at this... No, this isn't where. This is Defender's Heart. Hello. What is this? Boss is us. This place has been sanctified. It can protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. Okay. Oh my. Commander, look what we got here. Are you too mad? Whatever possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Esmond Museum? Didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the street and recaptured it. Now this shiny fellow is ours. A shiny fellow belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than the castle. I really don't like the... Okay. No one lays so much as the finger on the golem or plucks it out of a single gem. Some fast word reading that they assume I can do. That's a big bitch. Nobles and survivors and peasants. You're named. Hello. Grizzled dwarf turns a blade into callous hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. New fights in the city. Picked a good time to come to Canterbury. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Might as well see his wares first. This is what I got. This is what he's got. Got armor. Ooh. Got some magical shit. Now see, that's 6,000 gold. I don't need it. Let's go ahead and sell some of this crap. I'm going to keep the cold... Why am I not just using the cold iron flail? Right, because that's a masterwork. Once I find a heavier, cooler one, go with it. This longbow. Damage against demons. Raises of armor +1. I kind of want to sell these, but at the same time, I'm going to sell them. Got a bunch of food and shit. What I need is more characters that have higher strength scores. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's a lockpicking set. Cool. Accessories. Oh my, one of the things that kind of kept me at bay of playing this is pretty much just the vast amount of treasure that one can pick up and sort through and be all like, ah. Alright. Living Ram. Medium armor, scale mail, +2 insight bonus to AC against dead. Cool. A smasher. 2 die 6. Oh, it's a sorry, Earthbreaker. Necrotic. Confirms a critical hit on an enemy. Enemy must make survival fortitude saving throw. Over 2 strength ability damage. Yeesh. Attrition dagger. Once a round, when the dagger lands a hit, it heals them 1 constitution ability damage? Ah. That's... Ah. Detainer, a heavy crossbow. Oh, flail. Can't be equipped by this character. Say what? Oh, probably because of the build. Whenever the +1 flail misses the attack, the next attack the wielder makes, no matter if it hits or misses, deals an additional 1 die 6 damage. What's a heavy flail? I'm proficient. I think Aaron's proficient with it. It's just that got a mace. Actually, no. Probably because heavy flails got a different proficiency than a regular flail. Butcher of the Undead. That's a club. Break club. Hand axe. Sonic damage. Eat. Right hammer of righteousness. That's 1 holy damage. Did I end up dicking myself by choosing a kind of deity who's got like very rare chance of finding any useful weapons and armor? Mostly weapons, mind you. Devastating blow from above, a long spear. While mounted. Got mounted shit in this game? Again, heavy flail. 1 second. Or is there a way to sort by proficiency? There does not seem to be. Cool. Gosh, you know what? If we can't just find flail. Could get a masterwork flail. That would be better for. You know what? We'll buy the cold iron masterwork one. Because errant. Cold iron flail. Cold iron. Masterwork. There we go. The reason why I bother with the flail in the first place is because A, he's proficient with it. Whee! Because I like seeing it swing around like that a little bit. But also because it's just so much better to see him wielding a weapon that he's actually, you know, quote unquote, supposed to wield. That said, when and if I can get him to be proficient with a marching terror, I'm going for it. This was cool. I forget exactly where it was that I got this, but I got it. Because originally, OG Errant was a spear-wielding individual instead. Do you know everyone in Canabras by sight? Well, not everyone, but I make it my business to know the people who might need a service. Blacksmith's worth isn't just an anvil, you know. It's hard not to notice your kind. Asmers aren't all that common around here. Apart from Ramian, the prior of the Temple of Desna. That's cool. A spiritual fellow, if a bit woolly-headed, and there's also that court something or other, some muckety muck, not the type to visit a smithy in person. Are you Staunton Vane's brother? Yes. Where he goes, I go. That's how we've always done it. Even before the world wound. I forged the armor, he goes in battle and breaks it, brings it back to me, and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. What's Staunton the blame for the fall of Dresden? I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more won't kill me. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it seemed like victory was ours for the taking, that the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of old Chorus was thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes and Mindev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, errant to the cold-hearted, you can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers of the 5 Mountain Kings. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon to all of Golarion. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Gaurund, Tianjai. I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there. Sword of Valor, you say? Banner once carried to the Battle of Iomade herself. Locks semen powers. Thing. Banner has been carried into battle by Iomade herself back when she was still human. That banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in its place, Dresden was invincible. So we thought. But then the world wound suddenly expanded. Demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable, until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, that its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor, and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself. Poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. Demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason the courageous ringleader was spared. A whole army teleported into Dresden, the bloodbath. As I can guess, that officer was called Staunton Vane. Woman turned out to be a demon, not just any demon, it was Benago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief here in Canabras too. Just don't ask me what I was doing with my brother when my brother was off having thrusts with that beast and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. Gestures as off to ward off the inevitable reprobation. Would have guessed it would end like this. I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day looking at his plight. So that's the story. Right, Monago was the Lilitu, if I recall correctly. Why do you have a forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. Brewmaster of any craft will always find the tools they need. Miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I've got my hands, and that means I can work. Fair. So, the radiance thing that, Bella's having, do you recognize? Or recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. That's my brand, see? The dwarf carefully takes the sword in his hands, gazing at it like a daunting fodder. Oh, Yaniel, things have been tough without you. But at least we've still got your sword, that's something. Returns the sword to you. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted. They break, but sometimes a weapon can preserve. I don't even know how to explain it. No authority on these things, but something like an echo of the deeds done with that weapon. Or more like the reflection of the wielder's soul. I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yaniela may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see Radiance. Ugh, the scabbard's all worn. Can't be having a fine sword like that being carried around in this tatty thing. I'll make you a new one, if you like. The city stands strong and we both survive, come see me again, I'll have it ready. No charge. Alright, watch out for you. If you need something from me, don't be afraid to stop by. Fair. I got a feeling I gotta ask about this prestidigitator golem. Magnificent and glittering golem encrusted with gems and covered in intricate flowery embossing triumphantly exclaims, "Happy to be of service. Shaylin, brighten and vivify your day." Ah, right, Shaylin. Goddess of art. What are you? I am a prestidigitator. I can say prestidigitation with no worry. Prestidigitator golem. Many millennia ago, it was built by Aslanti clerics of Shaylin. Goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place. In my joyous service, I have visited many lands, and for the past few centuries, I've resided in the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemums in Xantai. See, what worries me about this thing is that it has a breathing animation. But then the good cleric saw fit to offer me as a gift to the Mendivian Crusaders so that you can share in the beauty I can create. May you do anything useful? My creators granted me the ability to place illusions on various items. I can change their color and texture to make them more beautiful and appealing to the eye. Would you like me to cast an illusion over your armor to make it green? It is a very pleasant color, and it will match your eyes. How did you know that? So, how did you end up here? I was in the Tower of Estrad Museum, but then some not beautiful people came and started smashing everything. I asked them to show restraint, and that's when they decided to steal me. After all, I am beautiful and very valuable. They dragged me down the street, but I didn't want to go with them, so I kept stopping. Alas, the least beautiful of my kidnappers threw me over his shoulder. Sorry, I'm just imagining the size of someone to throw a golem over their shoulder and try to run away with me. I am very heavy, so his back made a very not beautiful crunching sound. Started yelling, and then everyone else started yelling, and some of that yelling was directed at me. And then that started hitting me with their not beautiful weapons, and then some good crusaders drove them away and brought me here. And now I've been lumbered with you, waste of good metal you are, and instead of working, I'm supposed to keep an eye on you so no one is tempted by the walking treasure trove. What can you do to help the war effort? I was not designed for any type of combat, yet I can still bring beauty and harmony to any type of combat. Cool. Cast an illusion on my gear? Happy to be of service. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Yep, you can sure turn things green. know what? I'll take it. Because that looks better to just have a green shield than, you know, be walking around with Baphomet's symbol on my person. Not saying, just saying. Is there anything... Watch... anywhere up here? Or Crusaders. Maybe I can pull a freaking... Can't pull an Assassin's Creed? Can't just jump down? No? Damn it. Oop. Loot. Some rare roots. Merchant will pay well for that. Not gonna bother with the spoons, mugs, or plates. A reason? Oh, no, that's... Yep. Yep. I think we're done here. I just need to find the way out. Which I think was to the other side of the... the RT Golem. Basement. Curious. Oh, this is just where we got Wolf. Also, I didn't pick up any of this shit. Crooked paw? Alright. More money. Decorated scabbard. Climbing skill. Yeah. Merchant would pay well for that. Nope, wait. Burn. You gotta understand. When one of your most important resources is money, you pretty much have to loot everything in order to pretty much just, you know, get as much money as you can. Yes, that's what I'll stand by. Why must you offer me this loot? Alright. Take you, leave you. Look, I don't like Camilla, alright? There's something about the nobles in a lot of fantasy RPGs that have this aura of I hate you. I'd rather not deal with. This is the global map of Cannabis. Move the visible part of the map, use WASD, travel to the location you have discovered, hover your mouse cursor over the location, and click left mouse button. Some locations that may not be available for travels for various reasons. As you explore the map and progress through the game, you will discover new locations and routes. While traveling between locations, you may be attacked. Oh no. So be sure to have enough rest, and don't let them take you by surprise. So I can't go there. I can go to the Tiefling's hideout. Or the Thiefling's hideout. This is to the market square. Never been here. Pretty fair with lots of attractions, and live music was in full swing when the demons attacked. Now the pavement is stained red with the blood and gaping rift cuts in the square in two. This is the place where the demon lord Daskari cleaved the land with his terrible scythe, marking the beginning of the demonic invasion of Mindev. So I want to go here to check out if I can find a friend. We gotta go to the Tower of Estrad. Worm's Mansion, but it requires me to have Chameleon. Alright, let's try to go to the market square first, because I'm more interested in doing that side quest. Oh, a fallen horse. Bloody carcass of a strong steed with a broken leg is covered in mangled armor. The saddlebag is intact. You can procure some regents. Wait, we got cheese. I partially jest, but I do like you know, oh no, spotted the enemies. I do like the inclusion of what is it? Food resources in video games a good chunk of the time. I don't know. Alright. We're auto-saved. Are we stealthed? Because we should totally be stealthed. Yep. Skip time, turn-based mode. Where was the stealth button? Here it is. Stealth. Stella's going to ruin this, I know that for sure. Ah. Oh no, they spotted errant. Yeah, okay, that still checks. I am going to charge you, Stella. You are going to regret living. Alright, Mr. What is it you can do? You can dismiss spells, mage armor, color spray, grease. Grease is always fun. You can also charge Flare, Ray of Frost. Ah, yes. One of the key things I absolutely love about Pathfinder is that they had decided to get rid of the cantrips being a once per day thing. Trust me, that was always a giant pain in the ass. Ooh! Sir! Oh, that included sneak attack? Sorry, what? Yeah, shooting into combat, whatever. Yeah, that was a natural 20 with sneak attack? I ain't complaining, just... goddamn, man. Alright. Where the hell are there? Yep, there's one. And you move twice, so you don't get any say in what you do next. If I take off no, it's not deadly aim. Hold point blank shot. I believe I can just... use you? Can I just shoot here, right?
They'll beg me to stop!
Oh, right. Because you're sneaking, so your movement was halved. Sir, you're first. Path targets. By what? By the corpse's remain. By the corpsey remain of his friend. Yeah, whatever. Or you can crit miss. Man, that was just... sorry, I'm still just a little bit flabbergasted by the of the amount of dying that guy did. Alright, if I can move him right behind the cleric, I can very easily get in a sneak attack. Reduced, right, because he's a tiefling, he's got a reduction of... yes, thank you, game. Yep, resistance to cold, electric, and fire. Things I keep on forgetting. Alright, let's flank him. Miss. Cool. And churn window ag. You know, as you're within 30 feet of him.
I'll rip you apart!
Yep. Wait. How was that a sneak attack? Deadly aim. Morale bonus. Point blank shot. Hit sneak attack. How was that a sneak attack? Is it just when they're... I don't know. But we got Scroll of Unbreaking Heart. Info, please. +4 morale bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting effects that rely on negative emotions, such as crushing despair, rage, or fear, or that would force them to harm an ally, such as confusion. Target is already under the effect of the spell. That effect is suppressed for the duration of this spell. That's acting cool. We'll take the Master Glaives because they are worth 100 gold apiece. And we'll continue on our way. This is such a chore. It's nice to get back into a little bit of combat to get a good feel about how things are going to go. Travel away. Fail to sneak past the enemies. Prepare to fight. More fighting. Fight.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh my, who do we got here? Rotters. Chaotic neutral humans.
Cover me, alright?
Flat-footed. So we get the sneak teaks. Sneaky tiki. Get that sneaky tiki in with the Ray of Frost. You are a tiefling, so let's avoid you. Ooh. Being able to sneak attack with touch spells is fan-freaking-tastic. Want that to be known. Oh, I probably should have looked around and saw that there was a marauder. There was a necromancer. Pick out this guy first if we can. Cannot. Stella, murder. Or miss. Missing's fine. Whiff for the miss.
Do not
Pick
hold
up
back.
this guy. Ow, I should have just used my ability. Respect my ability. There we go, sneak attack. So, for those that don't know, sneak attacking is good. Basically, if you are next to an ally, or quote-unquote flanking in this game, ow, then what you will do is you'll do additional sneak attack damage die. Go figure. You have missed this guy thrice, Sella. Thrice. Aaron just did better than you. How do you feel about that? Get right up in his face just in case he goes deciding to cast spells. Like so. There we go. What do you have? Scroll to summon monster. That's a good one. Ooh, they are composite. Composite is really good. Composite makes it so as if you have a strength score, you will also deal that strength score. Because otherwise, ranged weapons don't add any bonuses. Dexterity or otherwise. They do to ammunition, if you have the right ammunition. But generally speaking. Yeah, $2, $9. Wait, is that master? No, it's just a light crossbow. Leave. Right. Check out this terrible place. I probably should have done the thiefling stuff first. Just thinking about it. Because this might force me to continue progressing the story. But I really am interested in finding out what happened here and if I can do anything with that dragon corpse that's on the ground. Hello. No, I'll tell you everything. Just don't hit me. I never stole nothing. I only just joined the Tieflings. Tiefling just is back the way he came, as if that explains something. It was all them, back there. They found an underground passage to the Great Garrison. They've been nicking stuff out of there ever since. Low down thieving. Oh, rags. That's what they are. But I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Brother Gort, is that you? Brother Wooljeff, I thought you'd pegged it in Irabeth's tale. Happy to see you too. I'm sorry, who are you? Actually, no. Right to the point. Underground passage to the Great Garrison. Tell me more. Right, so the temple around there. Temple Iomade has a cellar, and a passage leads from it right to the Great Garrison. The Thieflings, my pals, damned a lot of them, have been using this passage on and off to sell all sorts of stuff to the soldiers of the Great Garrison. But when the demons burst into the city, we thought we'd check up on the Great Garrison to, see how the soldiers were faring, and to offer our assistance. Don't give me that look, this is the first I've been hearing of this. Thieflings keep secrets from each other too, you know? Fair enough. Sorry, who are you though? Honest guy who's fallen in some bad folks, the Thieflings, the local thieves around here. They forced me to join the game, but I didn't want to. I just don't hand me over to Irabeth. Valiant Crusaders, please, in the name of all the guys there ever were. Courtier's the new addition to the Thieflings. So far, he's swiped around 5,000 gold? Got a long way to go before he catches up with me, mind. You have to understand. 5,000 gold may seem like nothing to common adventurers, but to commoners? That's a lot of money. They made me do it. Why are you afraid of me? You're one of them crusaders, aren't you? You lot hate our guts, the Thieflings, I mean. You lock us up and do worse. Thiefling gulps loudly. But I'm not a Thiefling, not really. Go your own way. Cheers for letting me go like this. I'll remember you 100 years, I will. I'll name my firstborn after you. Under your stare, the Thiefling falls silent and then runs off. Okay. I do like Wooljiff just a smidgen more now at this point. Enormous cracks appeared after a magically induced earthquake left the land. Yep. About right. Oh, hello. Duchess? Duchess. Chaotic evil outsiders.
Strike as one.
These lot are basically the lowest of the low when it comes to demon society. But they can cause fear, stinking cloud, immune to poison, acid, cold, and fire resistance 10. That's annoying. Some of the soothing lights. Every enemy. Enemies are dazzled for 1 die 4 rounds. Actually, wait. Where's my communal protection from chaos? God damn, you would swear that I'd have this better in check. Because Sans bonus becoming blinded or dazzled. Degrees. Someone's gonna get on me about saying coup de grace over coup de gras. They will be all like, pronounce it correctly. Now I'll stare at their comment and reply back, no. Wait, that is communal one, right? No. Oh, I didn't rest, so I don't have the level 2 shit. Damn it. Alright, in which case I'll just bless. Wunderwag. So one of the things about Pathfinder, at least first edition Pathfinder, is that you do not get the bonus to sneak attack if you're outside, if your target is outside 30. That said, how can I tell that this guy is outside 30? Screw it. Reduced, but it still did do damage. Hey, Sella. Wanna be Sella? There we go. And she's got Radiance, which counts as a good aligned weapon, so she ignores that. Okay. Not Flare. Are all your spells acid, fire, cold? You have Magic Missile. You got Burning Hands. Note to self. Oh wait, lectures. They're not resistant to electricity. I need you to shut up, tutorial. That was the first round. So yay. Divine zap. Wait. Divine damage. Okay. Yeah. Got that 1 damage penalty, sir.
Attack!
Moving closer. All this would be a lot faster if I had decided to take for 12 damage reduced. -2. Piercing or why is it only -2 from piercing from the cold or the damage? You know what? It's fine.
We shall overcome.
Dude's dead. Pointed.
The light take you!
I don't think these guys have anything to skin off of them. I feel like it might have been a bad idea to come here. If not for continuing the story accidentally purposes, but definitely for the case of possibly running into things that are above our pay grade purposes. Dang it. Okay, I am going to move Zap here. Ray of Frost here. Daze. Acid Splash here. Just so as I don't have to bring that up every single time. It is a neutral evil half-elf, so you're not resistant to any sync in particular. Range touch attack. God. Oh, that feels good. Oh, you a big man? Hi, Sella. You got smite, right? Smite, please.
The inheritor, guide my
You
blade.
deal 7 damage to him. Sella, why do I keep you around? He's got a rookie Marauder with him too. 15 hit points. You know what? Good, good. That worked better than planned. There are 3 of you? Stella, please, murder at least 1 or 2 of them. Go for this guy. There we go. Make him explode. Oh, man. I don't think he necessarily counted as flanking, but it's fine. Ow! Murder better. In fact, leave that to Errant. Yes. 5 damage. That's fine. Cease. Oh, because it's a half-orc. If I remember correctly, half-orcs have a
match for
lovely,
me.
lovely ability. I say lovely. I kind of hate it. Yeah. Orc Ferocity. When brought to 0 hit points but not killed, it can fight for 1 more round as if disabled. But if he does any actions, he's pretty much dead? That said, wait, is it negative 10 or negative constitution modifier? Or negative constitution. Shit. It might be negative constitution score. So Sella, you like fire?
Only bruise.
Yeah, sorry, Sella, it had to be done. Good thing you can lay on hands yourself. Trust me, it was worth it. It was worth it, damn it. Otter dies, 4 damage. Okay. Ooh. Burning hands. God dams. Yeah. And before anyone goes saying, hey, why don't you heal with Aaron? Because that's not his shtick. His shtick is death. Oh, yep, that was a great sword. Hide armor. Scale mail, short swords. Not worth it. Well, now's a good time to save and call an episode, I think. Oh, that was painful. That was painful for Sella. I'm almost regretting not taking Camellia, if only because she would be also able to heal people, but I stand by what I said. Anyways, thank you everyone so very much for watching. When we return, we're going to continue exploring the square and just generally hoping that we can do some of the side quests without accidentally continuing the story, even though we now have a method of the story. So, thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying playing it, and as always, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Cheers.